It was my first time attempting to ride the desert's master. To survive in the desert, you first have to learn to control it. Under everyone's watchful eyes, I climbed the dune, scooped up sand, and pounded it into the ground, driving the sand hook deep. The clanging of the hook echoed as, in the distance, a sandworm stirred, sending clouds of dust into the air as it charged toward me. No one had ever ridden a sandworm this massive, and I had zero experience. But I didn't flinch. I stood, readying the grappling line, yet the worm swept past me. Frustrated, I sprinted across the dunes. This was my only chance to prove myself. I leapt, the dust swallowing everything around me. Panicked, I slipped on my goggles and clutched the hook with all my strength. One misstep here, and it would be the end. After several tries, the second hook finally caught the worm's armored scales. The sting slowed it down, and I managed to steady myself. Before everyone's eyes, I conquered the sandworm, riding across the roaring dunes like a force of nature. Seeing me return safely, Johnny finally breathed easy. That evening, everyone gathered in celebration, welcoming me as one of the Fremen. I told them I was ready to fight alongside them, to drive out all invaders. My family had been at odds with the Harkonnens for centuries. I knew their habits, their ways of thinking. If they trusted me, I would lead them to victory. Stilgar said I needed a new name. The people gave me Usul, the pillar of the Fremen. The next morning, we lay hidden beneath the sand, waiting for the Harkonnen spice convoy. When the moment came, we burst forth, catching them off guard. Harkonnen soldiers fell before they could react. A helicopter spotted us and opened fire. I shouted for everyone to dive under the spice harvester and move to the other side. Johnny raised a rocket launcher just as a Harkonnen soldier approached. I knocked him down, retrieved a missile, and loaded it into the launcher. Two more soldiers were closing in. I rushed forward, grappling with them. One tried to circle around me toward Chani. I yelled a warning. She spun, fired, and blew him away, then handed me the reload. The helicopter hovered above. Chani fired, but the shields blocked the shot. I told her the shields only drop when the helicopter opens fire. I ran out as bait. The pilot raised the shields and swept with gunfire. I dove back behind cover. By the time he realized, the missile was already screaming toward him. The shield couldn't react in time, and the helicopter exploded. The Fremen fired 2 more missiles, reducing the Harkonnens and their spice vehicle to dust. News of my sandworm ride reached my mother, Lady Jessica. Hearing I had ridden a giant sandworm, she ordered the story spread to every tribe so that all would know the prophecy had come true. I was the chosen one. Over time, Chani and I quietly grew close. We would sit side by side on the dunes, watching the desert. She told me how when the sun sets, Arrakis becomes breathtaking. I thought of my home, Caladan, a world covered by oceans. I promised her that someday I would take her there. We leaned on each other, sharing dreams of the future. But fate rarely follows our wishes. The Harkonnen Baron, furious over the repeated attacks, ordered Raban to exterminate all Fremen. That night I dreamed of a vision. Far to the south, the Holy War raged. Hundreds, even thousands, dying because of me. Chani woke me, soothing me, saying it might just be a spice-induced hallucination. To make more people believe in the prophecy, my mother decided to go south alone, because the prophecy said the savior would emerge from there. I knew that once she stepped into the south, the vision would come true. I refused to go with her, but she was certain that, eventually, I would. Watching her walk away, I thought of the figure in my dreams. That person, it was her.